in this video, this is sort of an addendum to the the simple check-in app that we just finished in taking 6 videos just recently. And our application looks like this. And we have a login or register page. We can click here and we can check in. And we can, but what we're going to do today is we're going to add something to the last check-ins page. So when we click on the last check-ins page, we're going to add this Navbar here that basically adds some sort functions to our list of the latest check-ins. So for example, if we click name sort, we see that the names are now sorted first name alphabetical order. If we click time sort, we see that is the most recent check-in at the top and going backwards back in time. We can click distance, and we can see the distance away that our check-ins are from where we are. And so this one is 0.1 miles away. That's just across the street. I'm at 1180. And then down the road towards town, we've got some check-ins that are farther away, and this happens to be like the state capital. Okay, so that's what we're gonna build. So let's go back to our current application. Okay, and this is where we are now. So I provided a list of instructions here for my class, and so we're just going to go through them. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to add the Navbar. So let's go to let's open up the page, check in the latest. Let's see, no, it's the latest check-in screen. And let's add a Navbar. So scroll down and find Navbar. Put that up here. And let's remove these icons. And let's change the name here. We can call this one name sort. And this one can be time sort. And this can be distance. And let's name the buttons okay. Let's see. What's next? Add a check-in object. Okay, so we're going to create a new object that has name, time, latitude, longitude, distance, and then the house, the street address values. So let's click on model and storage over here, and click on model, and we're going to add a new model, and we're going to call it check-in add, and we're going to add let's see, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm just going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the first one is name, and the second one is time, and we've got latitude and longitude, and longitude, and I think we've got a distance, and a house number, and a street, and a zip. Okay, and then we're going to create a check-in array of these objects. So we're going to create another one, and let's call it a check-in array. And I'm going to click add, and this one is actually an array of check-in objects. So it's an array of check-in objects. Okay, and then we're going to create an actual instance of that array type called latest check-ins. So we're going to go over to storage, and we're going to add latest check-ins, add, and that is a check-in array here. Right? Okay. Next, we're going to copy in this JavaScript object down below here. So I've got a function to show up the MySQL date. I have a function here which calculates the distance in miles between two geocoordinates, latitude and longitude. This little function here loops through the array that we just created, and it's going to set the distance field. And then I've provided 3 sort arrays. You can use any one you want. So I'm going to just copy this here, copy down to here, shift, and I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to create a new JavaScript, and I'm going to call it sort functions. Create JavaScript, and I'm just going to paste, there we go, and they copy right in. Okay, what's next? Okay, next we are going to add label for distance on display grid. Okay, so we notice here we need to add a space here to be able to display the distance. So I'm going to select the top grid that goes across here. That should be size 2 right now. Is that this one? This one. Okay, here, and I'm going to change it to 3 columns. And I'm going to move time over here. And I'm going to put a label in here. And let's see, I think I'm going to take off this and put distance. Take up italics, and I think that looks pretty good. Let's see, I don't think I need to make any other adjustments. Okay, so what's next? Oh, I should label this, or name it LDL distance. Okay, what's next? Modify the latest check-ins data source to on success map. We want to map to the latest check-in array. And then we also, after that, want to run JavaScript to load up the distances, and then to regenerate the grid array that we just modified. So let's go over to the data section, and we have last check-ins data source here. Let's look at the mapping. And right now we map to the grid, and we want to map to storage. So I'm going to open this, close this, and put on here. So we want to map into here. We want to map the array loop to here, and the registration name to here, the check-in time to here, latitude, longitude, distance will be filled in with JavaScript, house number, street, and zip code. Okay, good. Okay, so add JavaScript and paste this in here. And that works, so click save. And this is going to come second, that's right. And then lastly, we need to map the array to a mapping. And I want to map storage. I'm done with the service response. I want to map storage into the grid. So let me expand all. And it's going to be into the grid here. And so we've got the array goes there. The name goes here. The time goes here. The distance goes here. And the house number goes here. And the street goes here. And the zip code goes here. Okay, this is mapped into the grid, so we need to add some JavaScript to make the distance and the time look better. And that would be, I think I give you that here. For distance, add this, which will reformat the value in there, the distance value. So I'm going to click here and just do a paste. And add the word MI at the end, save. And then for time, I'm going to use this return shorter date function that I added down here. Time and paste. That should work. Save. And okay, I think I've saved and returned. And finally, we need to now we need to add another geolocation service that will store the latitude and longitude into the lat-long variables, and then after that invoke the service up here. So we need to make sure that we have the latest latitude and longitude stored before we invoke the last check-ins data source now, because we want the distance values to be accurate. So let's, I guess we could have separated those, but let's close this and add another data source, device, and a geolocation service. And I'm going to name this data source 2. And the success mapping will map into our storage variables. It will map into these two. And that's it. And then we need to add another invoke service here, which will invoke this last check-ins service. Data source. Okay, so click save. Close the event. Okay, so now we have the first thing that we want to happen on the page is to get the geolocation, and then we're going to invoke the last check-ins data source. And that's because we need to replace the load event. So I'm talking about this load event. Let's see, there isn't one. Must have got deleted. Okay, so this is the last check-in screen. We want to add a load event of invoke service. And yes, we want to invoke the get geolocation service. I think this was here, but got deleted when I was setting this up. So anyway, this is what the last check-in screen, this last page load event looks like. It invokes a service, not the latest check-ins data source, but the new geolocation data source that we just created. So let's click Save. And where are we? Oh, now let's add some of these. Let's make the buttons functional. So let's go to for the name sort. We're going to take advantage of these functions these sort functions that we added from down here. So when we click on the name sort button, we're going to run this JavaScript, and then we're going to map the latest check-ins array back to the grid display array like we did before. So let's click down on this. Let's click on name sort and pop that up, and I'm going to run some JavaScript, and this is going to be this function. No, I'm sorry. I need to copy this. Copy this function, and this will do a name sort, and that's what we named our array. Okay, good. And then we're going to do another action, which is a mapping. And this, of course, has to map our array into the grid, which we're going to have to do each time. So this goes to here, name goes to here, put distance here, let's put time here, let's put house number here, let's put street here, and let's put zip code here, and in distance, let's put this distance, and in the date time, let's put this. And save and return. Let's do time sort. And this is to run some JavaScript. And do I give you something for time sort? Yes, you can use the same function, sort function that is, and save. And then after that, we need to map, and the mapping is going to be from storage, expand all, and we're going to map this to the grid, name, time, distance, zip, street, house number, and we need to add this to the distance, and we need to add this to the save and return. Let's go to nav distance, and the JavaScript this time is ever so slightly more complex. It's got the set distances inside here first, and then after that we sort it. I just use one of the other sorts, and then we're doing that sort on distance. So this is the JavaScript. And we do the mapping. To the grid. Name. Distance. Time. House number. Street. Zip. And for distance, we're going to copy this. And for time, we're going to copy this. Save and return. Let's close this. And let's save. And let's give it a test. And let's widen this up, and we can go straight to our check-in page. And we see that the name sort works. It's alphabetical order by first name. The time sort works. Oh, as you see, it lists the times in increasing order. So I'll leave that as an exercise for you to decide what to modify here to make the sort in the reverse order, because when you have time, you want to probably list the most recent check-in first, and then we have a distance sort here, and we see these distances seem to be calculated approximately correctly. That's the westernmost point here, and it looks like it works. Very good.